we are a youth-led, youth-managed organization, and we are Youth for Youth. Two major programs of ours, Sexual Reproductive Health and Rights program and our education program, they are interwoven and intertwined. As an organization, we believe that young people, women, having access to tools that they can use to improve on themselves, their lives, their livelihoods, the quality of their livelihoods is essential. And so the work that we do on a daily basis is to innovate, come up with tools that young people, women are able to use so they can improve on their lives. Our SRHR program, you can see on the screen, we have a program called The World Starts With Me, which is implemented in junior high schools. It's a comprehensive sexuality education. We also have what we call the My World and My Life, and this is an age-appropriate comprehensive sexuality education program that targets primary school children, educating them about their sexuality. And so what starts with me for junior high school, and then My World, My Life is for the primary school. What we have identified is that, particularly for girls, there's a challenge, which challenge is economic empowerment. And so we noticed that a lot of their sexuality challenges is as a result of finances. So we introduced a program called the Young People in Charge program. The Young People in Charge, which is the YPIC, combines sexuality education and financial literacy together, and this is implemented at junior high schools. A huge challenge that we have in the country today, and for those of you who are from Ghana, you know what's happening at the KNUST. You've heard of what's happened at the Nkwanta Senior High School. What we are missing in our schools is what we call the social and emotional learning. And so we introduced a program called the Social Emotional Learning Program that is helping students to be able to understand and manage conflicts within themselves. It is a critical issue. How do we handle conflicts within ourselves, conflicts among ourselves? These are not things that our teachers teach us in the classroom. And so what we've done is to introduce a manual that handles that. Then a forgotten group, we say, is people in TVET, Technical Vocational Education and Training. What we have noticed is that a lot of programs that targets comprehensive sexuality education is only focusing on basic schools and at most senior high schools. But the TVET cohort, what do we do for them? So we introduced what we call the Ready Steady program, which uses videos to educate people in technical vocational education and training about their sexuality. Yesterday we held a session on Healthy Mothers, Smiling Babies, and that's our Technology for Maternal and Child Health program that contributes to reduction of maternal and infant mortalities in Ghana. Then the last bit is the Sexual Health Education program, which we do. That program has a call center, which is real time. Right now, if you call the center number, fortunately we have the call center manager also participating in this forum. She's a trained health worker, young person. Real time, you get access to all of your comprehensive sexuality issues, needs. They are addressed, and if you have to be referred, you get referred. If you have to be counseled, you get counseled. Our education program, which is huge, which we do in partnership with Educans in Ghana, we use a model that we call the Star Schools model. We believe that to ensure or to have quality education, there are 5 key components that has to be addressed. And so we came up with this model called the Edu Stars model. And thankfully, when I listened to some of you tell what education meant for you, every single thing that you mentioned is found in here. The first one is that you need a conducive learning environment. That is fundamental. You cannot sit in classrooms that when it's raining, it's leaking, or the walls are so weak that you're even afraid that these walls will break and fall down on you. Are there washrooms in place, changing rooms for girls? These are very essential components that contribute to quality education. A lot of young girls miss lots of learning days because when they are menstruating, for instance, they stay out of school. They do not go to school. But we believe that if all of these, the environment is such a way that is conducive to accommodate issues such as this, there will be quality education. The learner is important. I spoke about social emotional learning. I spoke about our comprehensive sexuality education programs that we do. See, a lot of the things that when you are out of school, you encounter are not the theory that we are taught in class. No. And so the learner is an important factor.
Wrap it up? The last statement? Yeah.
Then we believe that you need a teacher who is well motivated and well trained. A teacher who is well motivated and trained. There has to be an excellent school management system. And an example is, for instance, is what's happening at the KNUST at the moment. School management is essential. And finally, for us, we think that to have quality education, there has to be excellent relationship between the school and then the community. What do we see today? We find a lot of our schools or universities set up outside of the community. So we move away from the town and set up a school. But we need an excellent school-community relationship. When all of these 5 key things are in place, we believe that there will be quality education.
Thanks a lot, Stephen. Maybe a quick question from the room. Is there anyone with a question for Stephen Agbenyo?
Thank you very much. My name is Richard from Ghana. I have seen the element that the panelists just talked about. I'm asking if they have also taken into consideration the curriculum. Because in Ghana, if I may use ICT as an example, the last time I saw an ICT book was published in 2007. And that is the same thing that we are using in Ghana in 2018. So when we are teaching when we taught the child how to use Windows XP and Windows, Windows Millennium Edition, now we are using 10.1, Office 2000, now we're using Office 2016. All these things can work effectively, but I'm saying that without a change in the curriculum, these things will be zero.
Okay, so I'll let you know this. As an organization, Savana Signatures, our original background is ICT for development. And so a lot of the projects we do, whether in education or sexual reproductive health and rights, there's some element of technology in it. We believe that, yes, you have cited the case of ICT as a subject. However, we believe that ICT should be mainstreamed in schools. At least at the basic level, it should be mainstreamed. And then when you graduate, then you can now specialize in ICT. I want to agree with you that curriculum is a challenge, but curriculum really has to be handled at the ministry level because that is where they have the curriculum research and development units, you know? And I completely agree with you. Also, a lot of the challenges we are facing today, it's because a lot of the content we have in our curriculum is really outdated. It's completely outdated. But let me tell you this, I do know that there's a lot of movement, a lot of work being done at the moment to have some changes in our curriculum. And so I'm positive that I'm sure by next year or so, we'll have some new curriculum in our schools.